So thank you, Stephen. Just a quick bit before we start, Quickfire Digital. We're an e-commerce focused digital transformation agency. We work with e-commerce brands across the globe, maximizing efficiency, profitability, and scalability through the use of tech. However, I'd like to take you back firstly to Sunday at about 4:30 just last week. I was putting together my Pimento presentation, and suddenly I heard that Boris was going to come on the news to announce what looked like it would be the next lockdown. I suddenly scrapped all my slides and thought, actually, come this Wednesday, how can I make sure we give the most value as possible on today's presentation? And so I've actually canned that presentation. And today I'm going to share with you our Lockdown 2.0 guide. I'm sure you, as fellow agency founders and owners, are all stressing about what the next lockdown may bring. However, I want tonight to be able to show us that actually we don't need to stress. And if we have a plan, we will get through just like we did last time. So with every presentation, I start with this slide. If you want to be in the top 1% of people, founders, agency owners, you have to do what the other 99% are not prepared to do. Now that starts with being on presentations like this evening. It starts with being part of networks like Pimento. However, it's so much more than that. And this evening, I'm going to share with you how you can be in the top 1%, both for your clients and for your team. So the first thing I'm going to do is call each and every one of you out. It's time to get your head out the sand and start leading by example. Too many people are flustering, panicking, worried about, COVID, worried about Donald Trump Biden, worried about this, worried about that. Stop trying to take control. Only control the controllables and start looking at yourself and your own performance rather than trying to have an influence on things you simply can't have any impact on. The amount of agency owners I talk about that are worried about like I say, the election, worried about the virus, worried about what's going to happen. You can spend all day and night worrying about those things. Nothing's going to change. And I appreciate this is harsh, but the main thing is focus on yourself, focus on bettering yourself, focus on bettering those around you, and focus on supporting your community. That's what will get you out of this lockdown. And so this evening, I ask you this. Are you and your team ready for lockdown 2.0? We start with marketing. Now, in lockdown 1.0, what we learned is all about serve, not sell. And that doesn't change. It's all about content, content, content. So whether you look at someone like the wonderful Catherine over at Copyhouse or Charlie from Proof Content or Conrad at Creative Copywriter, the list goes on. But I don't care whether it's webinars, white papers, podcasts, blogs, guest blogs, interviews with strategic partners, interviews with the team, clients, videos. Sharing all knowledge that you can as openly and honestly and being vulnerable is so, so important. And it's never been more important than right now in lockdown 2.0. So answer me this, how can you and your agency become memorable for all the right reasons? You can do that by being front and center, by paying it forwards, by offering useful content that's really going to help drive engagement and knowledge and a togetherness with those around you. So aside from content, the next thing is around embracing LinkedIn. It's so important to have an opinion. Get off the fence, get the splinters out your ass, and start thinking about how you can have your say. Be transparent, offer value, big up those around you, try and unite the local community and make a real difference. The main thing with all of this is that you lead from the front. You're a business leader after all. Post frequently, be vulnerable, and try and make a difference. I've said before that email at times cannot be your best friend, right? And you're looking through and you've got however many unread emails and it's stressful and whatever else. Right now, email is your best friend. Get in touch with all your existing clients. Let them know it's still business as usual. Offer yourself as a person to talk to and be genuine about it, right? Some people are going to be struggling. It will be remembered. Email your clients. Maybe clients that you've lost, maybe clients that you've won, maybe clients you worked with 12 months ago, 24 months ago. It doesn't matter. Just reach out to everybody and show them love and support and let them know that you're there for them. I promise you, through the model of reciprocity, it might not come back this week, it might not come back this month, but at some time in the future, it will come back and it will reward you. Look at things like this network. One of the best things we did in lockdown 1.0 is offered a training program to all of our clients free of charge. How did we do that? We looked at different members within the Pimento network, within the agency nomics network, within the agency local network, with all of these different communities, and we leveraged that network to get fantastic speakers training our clients free of charge. think about how you can do very similar with this very network. So culture, as you can see, I'm hugely passionate about this. And I think actually the culture piece is all about leading by example. What does your dream agency look like that you would love to work in? And then how can you create that for your team? I think the first thing for me is about thinking outside of the box, particularly for your clients. There's so many people now that are focusing on how they can motivate the team, and we'll come to that shortly. But actually, there's no reason you still can't do social events with your clients. For us, we try and do drinks and Christmas dinners and nice things like this. But actually, this year, that probably won't be happening. So what can we do differently? How can we keep our clients engaged? How can we become memorable for all the right reasons? The main thing is, how can you remain perfectly and easily referable despite being in the middle of a global pandemic? And for us, we're looking at a virtual chocolate tasting with Hotel Chocolat, where we'll hand select a series of clients to come and join us. It's all about that surprise and delight and making each and every client feel as special as possible. It's not just about socials for the team, it's also about socials for the clients. So we talked about this a little before. How can you go above and beyond for your team as well? So whether that be little care packages like we're putting together at the moment, we've got some little boxes, we've got some little cards, we'll personally write in those cards, we'll include a few nice treats, we'll send them out to each of the team. But it doesn't need to be that. It could just be you bigging them up on social media. It could be that you're doing something else, just whatever it is, make them feel special and make them remember why they joined your organization in the first place. The next thing is all about talk, talk, talk. And this is arguably the most important slide of the evening. We're launching a 15 every 15 scheme, which sees us speak to each and every one of our team for 15 minutes every 15 days. Now, that doesn't matter whether it's walk and talks, mental health check-ins, maybe a peer-to-peer buddy system within the agency. How can you make sure that everyone is listened to and everyone has the chance to speak if they're not feeling themselves or are struggling? The biggest threat to our society right now is not COVID, it's mental health. And I firmly believe that. So on to the finance. How can you own the numbers? The standards, reviewing the profit and loss, line by line. What stands out? What's working? What isn't? Where can we make big savings? And how can we be clever with our suppliers? Okay, we're paying for a subscription. 3 or 4 other partner agencies also paying for said subscription. Can we get a bulk subscription? What can we do to leverage our network to make sure that we're not hemorrhaging costs unnecessarily? Aside from that, chasing outstanding debtors. It's not your job to bankroll the nation. If you're owed money, get it in. It's better it sits in your bank than someone else's. So really important you chase all your outstanding debtors. If you are in a fortunate position where you do have some coffers or a war chest or some money in the bank, now is the time to invest. Hopefully what kind of clients have learned from lockdown 1.0, which they won't do in lockdown 2.0, is now is not the time to cut marketing spend. Now is the time to invest. Get ahead of the competition and create a blueprint or footprint that you plan to roll into 2021. So how can you invest, whether it be in your marketing, whether it be in your team, whether it be in yourself? How can you invest to make sure you come out stronger than ever out of lockdown 2.0? Now, in terms of growth, we ask for more of the same. Surround yourself with the right people, those that can better you, those that can introduce you to people, those that can support you, those you can learn from. Build meaningful relationships. Pimento is the perfect place to do just this. Surround yourself with like-minded individuals that all share a common goal of paying it forwards and helping each other succeed. Additionally, it's all about building reciprocity. How can you pay it forwards and genuinely try and help other people? It's all well and good. You can see from a mile off if there's no kind of authenticity within this process. So what can you do to genuinely help others, give others your shoulders to stand upon, and essentially big them up and let them reach a much wider audience than they possibly would have? This might be through introductions. This might be through helping to pitch. This might be through just a shoulder to cry on when they need to. This might be sharing resources. This might be sharing marketing campaigns. There's so many opportunities, but it's all about building reciprocity and helping others. Final thing for me is around personal development. Now is the perfect time to invest in yourself. I suggest you all start a gratitude journal, something that documents what you've done that day that you've enjoyed, what you've done that day that you're proud of, what you've done this day that you can learn from, and what you're going to do tomorrow. Just something as simple as that can really make the world of difference and give you that perspective that you'll need during lockdown 2.0. For me, it's I didn't realize this until quite recently, but the power of eating healthily and exercising frequently. What you put in is what you get out. And it's so important that you're getting the right nutrients and you're releasing those kind of endorphins through the power of exercise. The last thing is to stop being so effing hard on yourselves. We're all in this together. It's a difficult time. We get that. Nobody out there is jumping from the cliff top celebrating. It's a really tough time. But at the same time, you will achieve nothing beating yourself up and being so hard on yourselves. So if I leave you with one thing this evening, it's this. Surround yourself with like-minded people, help each others, pay it forward, and let's make lockdown 2.0 an event to remember for all the right reasons. Many thanks.